luxurious, and it's certainly one of the most expensive hotels anywhere in the world. The cheapest room over there is £550 per night, and it doesn't even include a riverside view. You are overlooking the main road. The bridge in front of us, this is the Waterline Bridge, completed during the Second World War by the Land Army. It is more affectionately known here on the Thames as
What
the
is with
Lady
their
Bridge.
auntie?
This is because the Land Army at that time was made up of 80% female. All our men were away fighting in the armed forces. It's also, though, the only bridge to ever be completed on time and on budget.
Take the water.
To the right-hand side, the building with the illuminated sign is the National Theatre. This building has been voted by 7 of London's top architects, as most people would agree with him. Also to the right, that tower block with all the windows, up quite recently, that was the studios for ITV television. They moved out a little while ago, then to new studios at Shepherd's Bush, and the building's been purchased by a property developer. But if you go in tonight, to the left-hand side is a large white ship called the Wellington, floating livery hall for the Honourable Company of Past Master Mariners. To be a Master Mariner, you have to have served over 25 years at sea. The late Prince Philip was a lifetime president of that club, but it's now been taken over by his son, Prince Charles, the Duchy of Cornwall. Now it's very difficult to see because the tide's coming in, but as we go past the ship, look at the City of London. As we head through the City of London, you may notice there is very little advertising on the banks of the River Thames. It's because we have very strict advertising laws, as the Thames is a royal highway. But if you look to the right-hand side, you'll see how an architect very cleverly got around the laws by incorporating the company's name into the building. Look at the red brick building, look at the tower up above the windows. Octo. I'm sure you've all heard of Octo, the people that make the famous Grade Stockbridge. The building no longer belongs to the Octo company, but it's a Grade 2 listed building. Therefore, it can never ever legally be removed. It comprises of many different things. The bottom is a few shops, the middle is luxury apartments, the top is the famous Octo Tower restaurant. To the left-hand side, red brick Gothic-style building looks a bit like a church, is Zion College and Library, houses over 300,000 very rare and expensive books, including Queen Victoria's own personal Bible and diary. The building next door with a sloped roof and the spire in the middle is the old City of London School for Boys. Many famous people educated over there, people like Lord Asquith and Lloyd George, two of our former Prime Ministers. The building now belongs to JP Morgan, the American bank. And we are now approaching a group of bridges, the first one being the Blackfriars Road Bridge. It is followed by the Blackfriars, but in the middle is all that remains from the first railway bridge to span the River Thames. The old St Paul's Railway Bridge carried the first steam train across the river for the Chatham-Dover railway system. The top half which was removed many years ago as it couldn't take the weight of the modern day train. You can never remove the old pillars though if you pull these. If you're interested in modern art, go over there. A pile of old bricks, half a cow in a jar, or a bit of screwed up. A fantastic day out. If you want to see a real work of art, look to the left side. Dominating the skyline, we have the dome and golden cross on Sir Christopher Wren's masterpiece, St Paul's Cathedral. It took Wren 35 years to complete. It stands 365 feet tall, and it's the second largest unsupported cathedral dome in Europe. The second class of Peters in the Vatican City in Rome. The red brick building in front of St Paul's, that's the new City of London store. A young man called Daniel Radcliffe went to school there before he became Harry Potter. As we pass through Norman Foster's Millennium Footbridge on the right-hand side, there is a white painted building with a red front door. It's number 49, carved on Walford Bank side. It was once the home of Sir Christopher Wren for the 35 years it took to build St Paul's Cathedral.
This is our road.
Also to the right, the white circular building with the thatched roof is the replica of the Globe Theatre. Built at the dream of an American film director, Sam Wanamaker, and it's the first building in London to be built entirely out of wood since the Great Fire of London of 1666. Go over there today, see an old Shakespearean play being reenacted as it would have been done in Shakespeare's time.
Stop making noise.
In front of us we have the Southwark Bridge, opened in 1921 and originally built to relieve the strain from the old London Bridge. But look up above it and to the right, in front of us, dominating the skyline, we have the Shard. At the moment, the Shard is still the tallest tower block in Western Europe. bank of thousands at 16 feet tall. The prizes are many different things, a luxury 5-star hotel, private apartments, a few different restaurants, and the top is a viewing gallery. The next bridge in front of us is the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. And that's it really. Other than that, there's no historical interest in this bridge whatsoever.
Beautiful
Before we go through the
waterways.
bridge, to the right is a very old and historical pub, the Anchor Bank Side. In 2015, it celebrated its 400th birthday. Over the years, it's been frequented by many famous people, including William Shakespeare. The original Globe Theatre stood somewhere behind the pub in a place called Park Street. It's one of the nicer riverside pubs, but as you can see for yourself, it does get ever so busy. Now through the bridge and coming out on the right, there is a small sailing ship in wet dock. It is the replica of Francis Drake's old ship, it's the Golden Hind. Francis Drake was the first Englishman to navigate the world. As I say, a replica ship built down in Devon about 35 years ago.
That one is
It
big.
made great toys. Now moored up as a museum, personal theme, go on there. There's a history of Sir Francis Drake. In front of us we have the New London Bridge. This one was opened by Her Majesty the Queen in 1973. First ever London Bridge dates back to the Roman times of AD 43. Before we go through it though, look to the right. Look in the gap between the buildings, you'll see the lovely Southwark Cathedral. It's been a place of worship over there since the 12th century. And it was over there where a man called John Harvard was baptised, the son of a local tradesman. He went to America where he founded the Harvard Library. In turn that became a part of the Harvard University in Massachusetts, USA. Now once we pass down through the bridge, coming up on the left there's a lovely yellow brick building. It's the old Billingsgate Fish Market. A fish market stood on that site for just over 900 years, until the late 80s when the tradition was sadly broken and it moved downstream to larger premises in the Docklands area. The building today is a private function hall. The building next door behind the trees is Waterline House, headquarters of Her Majesty's Customs and Excise. That's where they train those lovely smiling people who rip your bags apart when you get to the airport. In front of us on the right is London's very own warship, the Hms Belfast. She was the largest of the light cruisers ever built for the British Royal Navy. Weighs 11,500 tonnes. She saw active service during World War II. She last fired her guns in anger at the Korean campaign.
So then Friday.
Decommissioned from the Navy in the 1970s and brought here by the Imperial War Museum. She's now currently moored up 7 days a week as a museum ship to the public. In front of us we have the Tower Bridge. Now Tower Bridge opened in 1894, a twin suspension bascule bridge. When I say a bascule bridge, I mean the lower section of the centre arch can raise in 2 halves like giant drawbridges to allow larger shipping like the Belfast in and out the upper port of London.
Where are you going?
The Tower Bridge was actually
No,
built
sit down
in
there.
a Gothic style to blend in with its surroundings. On the left-hand side, we have the world's famous Tower of London. Now, work first commenced on the tower under the orders of William the Conqueror in 1078. He used as many things this time: a royal palace, a zoo, a mint, an observatory. Most famously, a prison and a place of execution. It's over there today where they keep the Count George. Well, folks, a very shortly, we're going to be passing down towards Tower Bridge and then for our next major stop, which is Tower Bridge St Catherine's. Now, with the Tower St Catherine's ticket, you must leave the boat at this point. Now, next you turn the boat, we come in very shortly to pick you up and take you back to Westminster. As I say, this boat is now going to be heading downstream to Greenwich. So to say, if you have the Tower ticket, you must leave the boat at this point. If you have the Greenwich ticket, you must stay. But for the people leaving us, folks, please do take this time to have a good look around you and ensure you have all your personal belongings.
Go then.
Please do take care when you step from the boat into the pier. But for the people leaving us, I hope you've enjoyed your trip downstream on board the Sarapino, and I hope you've enjoyed the viewpoints and places of interest. As I pointed out before I started, I'm sure you've probably realised by now, we're not professional guides on these boats. But unfortunately, none of the Thames pleasure boats actually employ professional guides. All they do, when you get your ticket, you get a small leaflet. In the leaflet there's a little map, and that is your guide. Now, as a crew, we feel it's a bit of a waste of time for you to come on the river and not having anyone tell you what you're looking at. So we try and have these little talks with you. We don't get paid as guides, and obviously we don't make a charge for this. A lot of people on here haven't understood a word I've said. So what we do on here, we leave it up to you, the individual. If you listen to the commentary, you enjoyed it, and you'd like to show any appreciation for my efforts as a tour guide, you can do so as you leave the boat by the exit or in the old champagne bucket. And this is for any appreciation you might like to show. Or you can listen to the as well. So for people getting off, please take care when you step to the boat to here. For the people staying on, as soon as we leave, we will continue downstream to Bridge, and I will continue the commentary. But thank you for your kind attention so far. Thank you.
Excuse me. Now you have that to yourself. Yay! Nice. If my phone fall, it's water. My phone should not follow. This is London Bridge. So we're not getting off here. So some people are going down. It's a nice weather today. And we take advantage. So beautiful.